Okay, now let's look at the automated window opening solutions that are available to us from Ultraflex Control Systems of Italy. This is where all we can apply these solutions in stadiums, airports, hospitals, schools, universities, museums, library, theaters, shopping centers, warehouse, office buildings, hotels, exhibition centers, skylights, clerestory windows. Clerestory windows, you would remember from one of our previous sessions, are those windows which are placed high up in buildings and they're difficult to reach for opening and closing. Sunblades, airports, bibliotheca or libraries, facade windows. There could be residential applications also, as you see the skylights here for sloped roof buildings or conservatories, which are not very much in vogue though in India. Natural ventilation is required for healthy indoor climate and energy living. Reduced air conditioning costs because of night cooling happens if you have natural ventilation in the building, and it can also be integrated to a building management systems, or it could have manual controls. Emergency systems for smoke ventilation in case of a fire. The major cause of death uh, in case of a fire is not due to burning but due to asphyxiation. That is, people cannot breathe when there is so much of smoke and the fire sucks the oxygen from the air. So the emergency exists, escape routes must be free of smoke, and firemen can also enter and save lives and extinguish the fire. And these solutions are mainly available for aluminium facades, but we could give solutions in wood or UPVC or steel as well. We do big projects, commercial buildings, technical specifications and drawings would be made by us. Small projects, residential parts and manufacturers of original equipment. We would need to know from the customer the type of window, whether it is top hung, bottom hinged, skylight, what will be the window dimensions. We would need the weight and the thickness of glass, and what is the purpose of automated vents, natural or smoke ventilation, quantity, or also important are stroke requirements. How much would you want the window to be opened, the kind of hinges you will be using, and in case any standards and certifications are required. Ultraflex control systems have solutions for automated opening of windows, manual type. Let's have a look at this video. Now you see here, that's the manual actuator. That's the chain. This is on the sash, and that's the chain makes the sash move backwards or opens out, and the main part is fixed on the frame. Here is another type of actuator that's available. This is manually being done for a top hung window. Another example of manual opening. This is a tilt in or a bottom hung window. We can use these types of actuators on skylights. They hang out a lot. This is a linear rack motor. It's electrically operated. Um, These are mainly for smoke evacuation systems. This is a pneumatic cylinder that actuates. So, Ultraflex control systems have manual systems, pneumatic systems, and electrically operated systems. Let's have a look at the natural ventilation systems available. The natural ventilation increases the quality of healthy indoor climate for building occupants, reducing the energy consumption. Comparing mechanical ventilation or HVAC systems, granting a work environment with increased productivity and learning. An additional bonus is that no longer will any noisy fan be of your concern. So you see over here a generic building and an energy efficient building which has a 40% improvement of in terms of energy efficiency. 50% saving on carbon dioxide emission happens with natural ventilation. Natural ventilation can be done by electrical chain motors, as I just told you a little while ago. There are different kinds of actuators which will be mounted on the frame, and there will be a chain which pushes out or pulls in the sash. They can be also used for parallel opening windows, top hungs, bottom hungs, and even side hung windows. These are the linear rack motors. Mostly they are used for operating skylights because they protrude out of the window, and if they are not placed higher, then they could interfere with the normal working inside the room. So these are mostly meant for skylights or for operating louvers, as you see over here. Electrical systems can come with a control panel. You can have multiple windows controlled through one system, and this is the control panel. Or you could have individual control for individual windows with this kind of push button. Then you can add things like thermostat, which is a heat sensor. In case of fire, it will send a signal to the control panel, and the windows would open. You could also have a rain sensor here. In case the windows are open and it starts raining, then it senses the rain and sends a signal to the control panel and the windows close. Or you could have a wind sensor. This is a wind sensor which senses what is the speed of the wind. If it is too high and it could damage the open windows, then the windows may close automatically. This is the kind of electrical systems that we can have. The BMS line are the new generation of chain actuators equipped with smart electronic board, allowing the installer to set features according to the installation requirements. Moreover, the actuators can be easily integrated in a building management system through a gateway in order to set the features according to the requirements of the user at any time via bus communication line. These systems are used for natural ventilation in conjunction, if required, with the building management system, and also smoke evacuation. So we start off with setting the parameters when ordering, before or during the installation, at any time via Modbus RTU from anywhere in the world via the web. These are the programmable features: the stroke speed, force, the real close position at the window, percentage of opening, and scenarios like reduction of entrapment risk, speed synchronization for multiple actuators on the same window, soft closing of the window, quiet operation in case of ventilation, and full speed and force for smoke and heat extraction, local control of the window system with centralized management system. The BMS line of actuators come with Plus or Advanced. Plus, you can set the parameters before or during the installation on site for natural ventilation, eventually with local switch or being synchronized with other actuators, and it is not connectable to bus communication line. In the advanced series, you can set the parameters before, during, or after the installation on site and being implemented in a building management system for natural ventilation and also for smoke emergency ventilation, eventually with local switch or synchronized with other actuators, and this version is connectable to a bus communication line. These are the main actuators that are available with us: Quasar, Vega, Quasar L, Twin Quasar, and Twin Vega. Let's have a look at the video for a Twin Quasar. There are two actuators. You see a actuator chain here and an actuator chain here. So this is a Twin Quasar opening the window. Then we have Vega. The power supply in all these is 24 volt DC, or it could be normal power, maximum stroke 500 millimeters, 300 millimeters, 600, 750, or 1000 millimeters, 500 and 300 in Quasar, Vega, Quasar L, Twin Quasar, and Twin Vega. That's the force of opening window. The heavier the window, the higher is the force required. The more the wind load, higher would be the force required. And then you have the plus version and the advanced version. That's the voltage supply for the different apps.